Okay, so what we're going to do in this and the next videos is to learn how to use Excel or how to use tables and charts to identify relationships between two variables. Remember that in the past, what we have is one variable, right, one data set, and we learn how to extract information on that data set by calculating some statistics, the mean, the median, and all that, and building some charts and some tables, like the frequency table. Here, we're going to do something very similar, which is cross-tabulation. In this situation, we have this table here, which is the data. Okay, the elements are cabins in certain resort. Okay, the cabins are numbered from 1 to 100. Okay, so I have 100 elements. And then for these elements, I have two variables. One is a style. This is a qualitative or categorical variable, right? And then price. Price is a quantitative value, right? And remember that quantitative, this is on the order, on the ratio level of information. Okay, very good. So the idea is then to, in a table, visualize if there is a relationship between the variable price and the variable style. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to build a cross tabulation. Now, I'm going to follow pretty much the ways in the presentation, in the lecture note, so that you can follow, read the lecture notes, and understand this video a little more. So I'm going to pick a value, 250,000. Okay, 250,000. Okay, 250,000. Okay, and then I'm going to identify here, right, how many cabins are of price less than 250 and how many cabins are of half price greater than or equal 250,000. Okay, so those are my classes for price. I can have more classes, but since I want to follow the ways in the presentation, I'm going to have these two. All right, very good. Now, here for style, right? Remember, this is a categorical variable, right? I don't know how many labels I have. So in order to identify how many unique labels I have, I'm going to do the following. We did something similar before in class, right? I'm going to copy the range here, Control C, Control V, okay, and then I'm going to use this menu, data, okay, in order to remove duplicates. So I'm going to remove duplicates. There is a pop-up that you don't see here because of the software that I'm using. Okay, but we have used this before. Remember that in this pop-up, you only indicate where, in what column or in what range my data is. In this case, it's in column T. So I just click OK. And then Excel has removed, right, all duplicates. Okay, and I have 4 unique labels. Very good. So those unique labels are log, split, colonial, and A-frame. Now I want to have those labels here as header. Okay, since I don't want to manually type, again I'm going to use the capabilities of Excel. So I'm going to copy, Control C. I'm going to select the range where I want this to be. Okay, with the mouse, and then I'm going to go back to this menu, Home, Paste, Paste Special. Again, maybe you don't see this pop up. So, but at the very bottom, Paste Special. Okay, you click Paste Special. You have a new window, and at the very bottom on the right-hand side, you have Transpose. So you click Transpose. Okay, and this is the way it looks. Okay, so it has copied this column, right? Transform this column into this row. So this is the idea of transposing, right? Transposing, you have a row and you turn it into a column, or the other way around. You have a column and turn it into a row. Okay, I don't need these labels any longer, so I delete them. Very good. So now I need to count. Okay. Again, if I were to do this manually, I will need to range right through my data. For instance, this one, the first cabin, the style is log and the price is 207, so it will go to this cell 1. Right. Then the next cabin, log cabin, price to 28. So again, it will go here, right? The third cabin is split to 75. So split to 75 will go here, and so on until I finish my 100 elements, my 100 cabins, which, you know, it could be a lot, right? But we have Excel to help us, and we're going to introduce a new formula, which is very similar to a formula that we have used before. So the formula is count if with an S at the end, count ifs. So what this formula does is counts how many elements in a data set satisfy certain properties. Okay, so we need to feed several ranges here and several properties. So for instance, here I'm going to introduce my first range, which is the variable style. Okay, so the variable style, function F4 to fix it. Okay, and then the condition. So style, I want it to be log. Okay, now since my idea is to copy this formula across to the right, this value has to be fixed, right? So then I'm gonna fix, right, the number 3. Okay, so again, function F4, so function F4, right? I'm fixing everything there. I just want to fix the number 3. I'm fixing on the number 3 there. Okay, comma. Then I need to provide my other range. The range is price. So again, I select the range. Select the range. Okay, function F4 to fix it. Okay, and then the value. Okay, so I want this to be comma, comma. Okay, and then I want this to be less than or equal to 150,000. Again, I'm going to copy this to the right. So now I'm going to fix the column H. I'm going to do this time manually without doing a function F4. So I just add a $sign here. Okay, and this is my formula. I'm going to close the parentheses, and Excel is telling me that there are, out of this whole data, there are 6 cabins which are log, whose price is less than 250,000. Amazing, right? Now I can copy this down. Okay, verify that the function is pointing to the right place. So style log price now larger than or equal to 50,000. 14. Very good. And then I'm going to copy everything to the right. And this is it, right? These are my counts, right, of how many cabins do I have for every style and every price. Okay, notice that if I add all these numbers here in this column, sorry, in this cell, I'm going to add all these values, sum. Okay, this is 100, as we expected, right? Because we have 100 cabins. Now, if this number weren't equal to 100, that means that we made a mistake. For instance, one mistake could be the following. I could have double count, for instance, something like this. Right? So nothing changes because probably there is no cabin with price exactly equal to 250,000. Okay, so that's why it didn't change. All right, but I don't know, could be other errors. Okay, very good. So this is my table, right? So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add total by style. Okay, meaning, right, I'm going to have here the sum of these two values, right? So the total of log independently of the price. So equal sum, like that, 20. Okay, so in total 20 log cabins. Then I'm going to copy my formula to the right. Very good. I don't know why this don't want to center, but then I'm going to copy here, formatting. All right, very good. So now these numbers, if I add them up, should be equal to 100, and I can verify that here on the upper right hand side of the spreadsheet. I'm going to do the same now here. I'm going to add total now by price. Okay, so I'm going to add now these three values here, 55, right? And then I'm just going to copy that down. So now these are the total by price, so independently of the style. Okay, so I have 55 cabins which are under 250K and 45 cabins which are over 250,000. Okay, very good. So I'm going to stop here. All right, once we have this table, and I'm going to continue doing the analysis in a subsequent video. Okay, very good. So see you soon.